Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome. So, as you've read by the title, we're starting a new, honestly, I'd say a new seinen masterpiece. And I've not read it, of course, because it is the first time reading. It's a reaction. But from like all the people that I know, from all the people that have said and praised it to death, I can basically expect it to be a seinen masterpiece. Now, there are a few things that I do know. One of them is that this manga is basically on eternal hiatus. Not sure if it will ever be finished. Not sure if it will ever return. I don't know. I don't. So I'm going into this expecting, essentially, it not to be finished, and it not to get finished. So I'm going into a story knowing or expecting it to never be finished. That's the first thing. The second thing that I know is this from the creator of Slam Dunk, Takehiko Inoue. I believe, I don't know if I said this right, but yeah, that's the second thing that I know. I've not read Slam Dunk either, or not watched I think Slam Dunk has an anime. I'm not sure. I've not read Vagabond, of course. I've not watched. There is no anime for Vagabond, so I've not read it. All right, so we're hopping into this one. It's a new journey. It's a new story. 322 chapters. Now, we have done longer mangas in the past on this channel. We've done Kingdom before, which had, it took us like 600 chapters to catch up. So this isn't the longest we've done, but it took me like 2.5 years to catch up to Kingdom. This one, just to keep it like somewhat reasonable. When I say reasonable, I'm not saying like in a week or in a month or anything of that sort. That's not going to happen. But to keep it somewhat going, we're going to be aiming, keyword aiming, right, for like 5 to maybe like 10 chapters a week. That's the aim, the goal, all right? Whether that's going to be achievable, I don't know, but we'll see how that pans out. There will be early access on Patreon, not this time, as in like if you're going on Patreon right now, watching when this video comes out, the second it comes out, there won't be early access on Patreon then, because the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to do the first chapter on its own right now, and then a week later, whenever this comes out, a week later after the first chapter, that's when we are basically officially going to start reading this. Like, this is just like okay, this is what we're going to be doing next, and then like the following week after that is when we're gonna I should have done that. That's when we're gonna dive right into it, basically. So if you're wanting to get early access, there is Patreon that is available. It will, and I'm not sure how many chapters early it will be, but anywhere between like 5 to 20 chapters, you'll be able to get early access on Patreon if that's something that you're interested in. Now, again, the plan is to do roughly like 5 to 10 chapters a week. Can't say definitively that's going to be the case, but like something like that. Whether that means 1 week there's going to be 0, then next week there's going to be 20 chapters, I have no idea. I'm just putting it out there. Now, with that said, with that out of the way, obviously I can't show the manga. I would love to, just like, oh yeah, let's read it. I can't do that. I can't do that. For copyright reasons, of course. We originally tried out with Kingdom. I think the first like 170 chapters we like actually had the manga. All went smoothly, all went well, and then like just out of nowhere, all of them were taken down overnight. I was like, oh my goodness. I had to re-upload all of them, but luckily I wasn't striked. They just took them down. So we're not gonna try that with Vagabond. Look, I don't want those videos. I don't want these videos to be taken down. If you're watching along, and reading along, well, if you're watching along, either you even know the story well, or you're reading along with me. With that out the way, though, ladies and gentlemen, let us hop right into Vagabond chapter 1, volume 1. Let's get started. Vagabond, story out by Takehiko Inoue, based on the novel Musashi by Eiji Yoshikawa, volume 1, English edition, of course. Just a blank page, okay. This graphic novel contains Vagabond monthly comics number 1 and number 2 in their entirety, on the first half of Vagabond monthly number 3. I will, by the way, I've heard actually that like volume 5 or something is like very rare, like from like the Viz edition, like the Viz Big or some sort of edition. I'm not 100% sure, but like if I can find it, I will purchase it. But like if it's like rare and like super expensive, then that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen, alright? But yeah, 1998. Okay. Is that flickering going on in the background? Just seemed like it to me. 1 second. No flickering. Coolio. I'll just cut that out if I don't forget. Alright, back. Is this person drowning or like trying to drink? Could be both. Or like gasping for air, I guess. Because we're seeing the battlefield right here. Right into color. The Battle of Sekigahara has ended. Okay. His leg does not look good. His left leg is a mess. It's an absolute shambles. And I'm assuming those are enemies, so I would assume you'd run. I'm a failure. Chapter 1, Shinmen Takezo. Okay. Okay, I mean obviously it's based on like a historical, but like when it comes to the historical aspect of it, I'm not aware at all. Like so basically the story, I'm gonna be completely blind to it, even though it is based on like historical fact, historical aspect, I'm gonna be completely blind to it. So if you're saying, man, you should know that, well, I don't. I don't. Did he just play dead? Was that basically what he did? Like just that's always been my strategy. I don't know. I do something. I do something like that. Like play dead in a war. I play. Are they gone? That would be me. It works. If it works, it works. But yeah, he played dead and they just left him. Forgive me, mother. Okay. I left Sakushu to make a name for myself. But it all came to nothing. Forgive me, Otsu. Survive. Damn. Damn. That's why you play that. That's why you play. A survivor. Refugee hunters. I survived too. Okay, no, never mind. Matahachi. Takizo. That's the Shinmen Takizo. There we go. So that's Shinmen Takizo. As you all know, I'm terrible with names, but I'm gonna like try my best. Like, I mean, yeah, try my best to like remember these names. You scared me. I mean, you should have looked up. Can you walk? For kicks. We're taking off. I can't walk anymore. Takizo, just leave me here. I'm finished. The struggles of war. These past few days, all we've had to eat is grass. Yeah, his leg was messed up. Once we find a village, we'll get some medicine. It won't be long. I mean, this guy, what was his name? Matahachi. already. But like Matahachi, he looks done, like exhausted beyond belief, broken spirit and everything. Is this all we amount to? We left Sakushu to make names for ourselves. Maybe take down a general or two, but forget about the enemy. The only thing we cut down was the grass to make roads. We were handed machetes instead of spears, and now we're on the losing side. And a horse just appears out of nowhere. This guy's on it. She's like immediately like turning around, like, oh no. I don't think I'm going to last much longer. Takizo, if I die, I want you to take care of Otsu. Shit. That is who was on the horse. They were found. Uh-oh. Yeah, my hairline is a mess. But they were found. This guy has not turned around. Give me a break. You can't fool me twice, you jerk. Turn around. Take a load of this. Had enough. He's like, had enough. And this guy is ready to strike him down. At least he dodges. Ooh, I mean, he still dodged. His arm was cut, but he still dodged. That counts for something. He's like trying to hold out, like, I'm not trying to bleed out. And here comes for the next strike. He's coming there for the next strike. Did he slip? What happened there? Like, he tries to attack him, and I think he slips. Unless I'm reading this wrong. No, I think he generally slips on the blood. He slips on the blood of where of like the arm that was leaking. If that isn't common, then what is? Huff. And he just bounced. He I don't know how he didn't see it, but he bounced. He's out, the little bastard. Taxo, the real thing. refugee hunters. Yo, Takizo is cool, bro. We can only see him from the back, but like he's got his hand. This one guy's coming at him with a sword, and he just has his hand. I'm like, nah, son. Like, nah, son. You're not moving a step forward. The other guy is shook. Like the other guy right next to him is like, I don't want to attack him. Please, I want to live. Oh no, never mind. I thought he had his head. I thought he had his hand on his head, but no, he's actually just grabbing the other arm, and with one of the other arms is grabbing the sword. That's what's happening. Okay, if you're gonna try to kill me, this kid is strong. I'm gonna kill you. Well, well. All I'm gonna say is, well. Ah, that hurts. Ah, that hurts. He hurts, but he just like goes headbutts it. Ooh, ah. And the other guy is going after Matahachi. But this guy's not using any weapons. He's basically just using his hand. Yo, he should be an MMA fighter. Like, this guy is coughing blood and everything, and he's still getting grabbed by the hand. Like, nah. Right against the tree. Man, imagine being a soldier, right? You're training your whole life to fight against other people with swords and whatnot, and then you get beat up by someone that is basically just using their hands. I mean, that just shows you how strong he is. Obviously, we've gotten that note with them specifically saying he's strong. So of course we knew that. Well, he's strong. Yeah, that kind of like, you know, typically when they tell you he's strong, that means that he's like ways too strong. But like, if I was that soldier that gets killed without even being stabbed or anything, that's when I'd be like, oh man, this is the wrong profession for me. I mean, I'd be dead, but I'd still say that's the wrong profession for me. And he looks at the other guy. The other guy's like, nah, man, I don't want that smoke. I'm out. What is happening? Oh, okay. So that other guy backs off, and then falls down the hill. I'm assuming crashes into the other dude who's like right behind him. What is Takezu doing? Like, he just grabbed something, I think. What? So he grabs a rock. He just grabs, I don't know from where, because it's all trees. It's all it's basically all grass. But he grabs a rock. It's like, okay, let me grab this rock here. So his friend Matahachi is still about to get killed, and he's like chucks the. Yeah, this guy should be an Olympian. I forget the UFC. He should be in the Olympics, chucking rocks and everything. Oh, this guy, these poor souls. These poor souls. He gets his head smashed in with a rock, and now he comes there with a tree. Now this is savagery. This is savagery at its absolute finest. All right. This guy's already like bleeding out from one half of his face. He's crying from the other, and now you just see like this man come at you with like this giant stick, and he's. Yeah, I mean, it almost looks like a sword motion, but obviously they're the same motion because they're both downward strikes. It's just that the tree breaks, and I'm assuming the skull breaks too. Again, if I was these dudes preparing your whole life to fight with swords and whatnot, I mean, this guy's he's even got 2 swords, right? Like, if I was there preparing my whole life to fight with swords and I get killed like that, man. I mean, if you didn't know you're in the wrong profession, now you would with that. Now you would. Oh, he's still, I mean, it's a seinen for a reason, but he still keeps going. This other guy, like, with half his face missing and everything, probably a shattered skull and everything, he's still like trying to pick up his sword, like, I don't know what's going on. Where am I? What day is it? What night is it? What's my name? Like Takizo was like, this broken tree branch. Let me stab you right into the throat while I'll elbow you in the face. This guy has a poor existence, if I'm being completely honest. How did you lose whatever battle and whatever war you were in? This Takizo dude just seems like OP. Just seems that straight up. Lodged in there. This guy's got this guy's got a sad life. I don't even know your name. You were introduced in this chapter. You died in this chapter, bro. I'm gonna say it. You are the most unfortunate person I've seen in this chapter. I mean, it's the first chapter, granted, but you're still the most unfortunate person I've seen. And they're both shook, absolutely shook. Huff, 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 huff. Now this guy is like, please, man, please don't kill me. Please, let me go. But that look says, I ain't gonna let you go. I ain't gonna let you go. You ain't going nowhere. Well, he didn't go anywhere. His face was crushed with that rock. That boulder. Well, what introduction. Those damn samurai. No way I'm gonna die. Not me, you know. Yeah, yeah. Well, what else is there to say besides I could kind of agree with that, mate. I don't know you too well. I know your name. We've seen you fight 3 guys essentially. Well, 2 guys, 1 person ran away, and then you just like stoned them to death. But yeah, I can definitely tell you're not gonna die. I am Shinmen Takizo. I mean, that's of course the title for this chapter. I want to know what the other guy's Matahachi's full name is. I would be very much intrigued to know. I don't know whether this guy's going to be like the main character or like the main villain. I would assume... No, actually no. I was going to say I would assume he's the main character. But just because of his violent tendencies, I'm going to say this. I think he's going to be the main villain. And maybe I'm like, it's too simplified. Again, it's based on history from what I know. So it could just be what... Like, it could just be like, well... It's neither the case, you know, but like, who knows? From a narrative perspective, right? You know, if I was just thinking about a story, which of course, you know, real lives make the best stories, real life occurrences make the best stories. But if I was thinking from like a narrative perspective, the way I would do it is like he'd be the villain. We've had so much spotlight on him being the strong, savage wild beast, and like the other guy who seemed like this feeble, you know, person. He's gonna be like Matahachi. He's gonna be the main character. I could be reading too much into it, and you know, it could go a completely different way. But that's just my initial thoughts right now, because I feel like he's almost too savage to be the main character. But I could be wrong. No, and like this guy, like I'm not gonna die, and then you have Matahachi's like, no, I'm gonna die. I'm Honiden? Is it A, B, or C? Is it Honiden? Is it Honiden? Is it Honiden? Or is it Honiden? I'm they're probably all the same. I'm pronouncing it probably all the same, but in my head they sound different. Honiden Matahachi. Well, Matahachi. We're gonna make names for ourselves. Yep. Oi, Matahachi. Oi, and he's dead. Don't tell me he actually died there. That was his last... I mean, he looked done the whole way. But, like, that was his... the way he's collapsing and everything is, like... Let me see... I'm assuming a girl? What's she got on her back, though? Is it like a kid? I'm not sure. But we see a random... What I would assume is a female... in the moonlight. Looking... Well, Matahachi, I think, is dead. No sign of any villagers. What's going on? This area sprawled with corpses from the battle 2 days ago. Armor looks pretty clean, if I'm being completely honest. It doesn't look like there was that much of a battle if the armor is that clean. Flop. Never mind. Because like it said flop, and then like we got a picture of like the other guy that's on the ground that had the armor on and everything, and like I felt like he sees pupils looking at him, like direct, like looking at him. And I felt like he stabbed him, like pretending to be dead, like, and that's what I thought happened there. But I don't see any stabbing. It just seemed like he's exhausted. It just seemed like he's at his actual limit. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! He vomits and he vomits on that. I mean, he's already dead, granted, but like, come on, man, some dignity. That's all I'm asking for. A death, come on. He just like straight up just vomits him. Something's wrong with me too. Is he weak? Is he poisoned? I don't know. Someone's there. Another bandit. Let's see this person. And that's the end. And that's the end. Okay. Well. Shinmen Takezo is obviously remaining intriguing. I'm assuming Matahachi is dead. Now, like my immediate thought is that he's dead. You know, that was like his swan song, basically, like his last, words, and then he just kicked the bucket. As an introduction chapter, I have to say I quite like it, but I also it feels like I know nothing. Like it straight up feels like, like usually like you can grasp what a manga is about. Now, because I know it's historically, it's historically it's sourced from history, I immediately think, okay, if it's a historical story, then that means it's going to be like a rise to greatness kind of story, because that's generally what, the kind of stories, if you think about like our history, the people that we always took note of were either the ones that were conquerors, or it was the ones who were who rose from the ashes and rose all the way to the top. Those are always the ones that we remember. It's not, you don't remember the random farmer down the street. That's not what's happening here. So from that perspective, I will say this. I still don't know what the story is about. Chapter 1, though, I did like it. Which is kind of funny. I don't know what's happening. But I do. Okay, I don't know what's going to happen from here on out. But I liked what happened here. That's like my immediate thoughts on chapter 1. Now, I could be completely wrong. Matahachi, he could be presumed to be dead and then he'll come back. I have no idea. Maybe like the fact that he said his full name. I think that's like his swan song. Like, yeah, this is who I am. I'm not gonna die either. It could be like he just like died right there after that. Or the more logical, well, not really logical, but like the more likely scenario, IMO, in my opinion, is like he said that because he's gonna come back. Like he said that, he said his full name. It's like, okay, we know what his full name is, and he's gonna come back into the story later on as a like mysterious character, until like we're like, oh wait, that's you, Honeyden Matahachi. Like it could be one of those scenarios. Of course, don't spoil anything. I've got mods that always like look after the comment section, so I'm not that worried about spoilers, being completely honest. There is also a Discord server which you're also welcome to join. But as I said, as like the first chapter, I will say that I quite liked what I saw. The violence was very gruesome. The character, there was little dialogue. Like there was extremely little dialogue, which as your first chapter is so strange. It's like first chapters where you have a ton of dialogue so that the people get used to your characters. Here, that wasn't the case at all. The art, let's talk about the art a little bit. Look, I'm a sucker for like moonshots. I'm a sucker for like shots of like the area and everything, and I very much like it. This it hasn't got much to do with the art, I guess, but I very much liked how he used his terrain to his advantage with like the boulder, the rock, whatever you want to call it, and then he used the tree branch. He used those things that were in abundant right there where they were to his advantage, and I quite like that. Shows like the terrain does matter, and that's obviously very important. I don't know where you got the random boulder from, I will say that. but yeah, he has some savage eyes. I will like he's got this like he says like right here, I'm gonna kill you, with like this absolute like murder. I mean, if you say I'm gonna kill you, you most likely we have it with a murderous face, but he says it with like this absolute like determination and vigor in his eyes. That if I saw that, I'd be like, oh man, this ain't. I don't wanna fight you, bro. Bro, you know what? I'm going home. I'll pretend I've never seen you. Kill the other two, I don't care, but I'm going home, alright? Please let me leave. That's why I wouldn't make a good soldier, because I'd be pleading. I'd be like, yo, man, I've got $5 in my wallet. You can have it. Please just let me go. That's basically my attitude, alright? Whether I'd get away with it, probably not. Not when someone has a face like that and says, I'm gonna kill you. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, that was my reaction and my impression, my thoughts on the first chapter, the very first chapter of Vagabond. As I said, next week we will be continuing it with 5 chapters, maybe. I don't want these videos to be too long. and this one was 25 minutes long. I mean, granted, this one's a little bit longer, I guess. Once I'm more familiar with the world, once I'm more familiar with the characters, obviously it will be a lot easier to digest, I would assume. But yeah, I will see all of you next week with either one video or 2 videos. However, I'm going to split it up. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be splitting these up into arcs. Could be one way of doing it, but probably not, because I don't know how long these arcs are. But yeah, I mean, that's all there is for me. That's all there is to say from me. If you enjoyed this video, you know, you are almost always, no, scratch that. You're always welcome to subscribe. You're always welcome to like. Also comment down below if you want to see more. If there's something that you're interested, and most certainly enjoying to see, then feedback is nice. With that out the way though, I will see all of you in the next one. Until then, have a nice day. Peace out, and as always,